I'm willing to bet that you've never heard of Three Brothers guitars. And now it's too late because now you have. I just told you the name. Now it's in your head. Now you're aware that they exist. And I'm going to show you this guitar. I'm going to show you all the details. I'm going to show you everything that I've learned about it. I've had it out of the box about a week now. And I got to say, I'm impressed. This is a slick guitar. This is a fast playing guitar. It sounds great. There's a great selection of tones here. It's only $3.99 on Amazon. And I think it punches well above its weight here. Let's do what I like to do, and we'll go from tip to tail, looking at all the details, and then I'll start playing with it and showing off the sounds that it can make. So we've got a headstock shape here, doing that kind of sewer thing here, sewer, however you pronounce it. This kind of like gentle beak is a very popular shape these days. It is on a roasted, baked, sous vide, fried maple neck. Nice, soft matte finish across the whole thing. Locking tuners. And honestly, like, they don't have the specs listed for these locking tuners. They just say locking tuners. I think they might be a higher ratio than your standard off-the-shelf tuner. Like, I dropped this thing down to E flat earlier, and I was surprised how much I had to turn the peg heads. Maybe I'm tripping today, I don't know, but they feel like they're higher ratio tuners to me. Nice and smooth, nice and stable, no issues there. Bone nut. They just spec'd this thing out, guys. It's got a bone nut on there. The frets are fantastic. They are nickel frets. They're not stainless steel or anything, but they're not ball end, but they're headed that direction. They're squared off end, but they're super high polished, super rounded on the edges there. Very comfortable for a super jumbo fret sort of deal here. The neck shape is nice and comfortable. I've been having a great time with this guitar, guys. I know that this doesn't look like my typical style, but believe it or not, my first electric guitar was the shreddy Super Strat thing with the Floyd Rose, and this has been taking me back a bit. I know it doesn't have a Floyd, but it has that vibe and that feel. So I've been taking a trip down memory lane a little bit as far as the feel and the performance of this guitar. The neck is laser straight. It came out of the box with the action actually set up a little bit too high for me. So I dropped those saddles down and I just kept going. I was like, no, I can't keep going. There's not any room here. I just kept going, and it's probably the fastest playing guitar in my house right now. It's just set up to shred. I can't believe it. We've got a comfort heel here, a little bit of a cutaway there. No neck plate. It's just the bolt straight through the wood style thing. Look at the body. I'm not someone who loves the look of quilted maple, but you have to admit that shimmer on there is working. Interesting choice of colors, going from that purple burst to kind of like a desaturated old barn sort of gray wood kind of color. I think it's sharp looking though. The whole thing looks pretty classy to me. I was trying to figure out if the side dots are glow in the dark. I'm gonna look in the dark really quick and check. Glad I checked. The side dots and the top dots are glow in the dark, guys. That's a fun little feature. They just really threw a ton of specs at this thing. Cream binding around the edge, which is very attractive. You've got like this transparent purple finish on the back. Single coil humbucker. These single coils, look at the definition of quack. We'll get into that in a bit. Something that you don't see a lot. Something that you don't see enough, honestly. The 5-way switching here, it does the Ibanez thing where in that number 2 position, it splits the coil of the humbucker and combines it with the middle single to give you another humbucked sound. It's not perfect. There's a little bit of noise that happens, but that's pretty cool. We've got a volume knob and we've got a tone control. Here is the only QC issue that I found on this guitar. The tone knob is just pushed down a little bit too far and it is kind of interacting with the finish of the body. So I'm gonna have to do some work to pull that off and maybe push the pot in a little farther, or just do something to float that off the body a little bit better. I'm not totally in love with the black plastic look on this. I'm gonna keep this around for a little while, I'm sure. Maybe quite a while. I think I'm gonna swap the plastics for white or cream to jump and match and accent with that cream binding there. Like imagine white or cream single coil covers there, and then white or cream plastics for the knobs and the switch tip. I think that could look really, really classy. The bridge. Rock solid 2-post modern style bridge here. The saddles all feel like they're quality, nice and smooth chromy stuff here. A wiggle stick that you can tighten from the side. It feels a little bit grindy to me. There's not a rubber or plastic sleeve in there like you'd find on a Wilkinson trim, but it's fine. It hasn't been bugging me. It's nice and firm and smooth. The trim block, great big chunk of brass for the trim block in there. I took a peek. I was curious about that switching situation. I was like, is that what's happening? Is that what I'm hearing? Fully shielded in here. Excellent wiring job. Full-size pots, the whole deal. They're going for quality. This guitar that you can get for Squier prices on Amazon, $399, is punching way above its weight. It really is. The attention to detail and the quality here. The neck heel. I can't remember the last time I've seen a neck fit into a neck pocket so snug. Like people will think that aliens built this because you can't slide a razor blade in between. Like it is just like surgically clean, like surgically bonded with how tight that is in there. I'm impressed. I really am impressed with this thing. So anyways, let's plug it in and see what it sounds like. I've got a selection of pedals on the table here in front of me. I put together a custom little pedal board just for this guitar. I've got the Wampler Bell overdrive, which is a Noble style overdrive. I've got the Boss HM2. This is a vintage Japanese version of the HM2 running on 12 volt because that's what it likes. Then I've got the new Cattle and Bread Dirty Little Secret Deluxe. I like to call it the Big Nasty Secret because it's the big box version of the Dirty Little Secret. I've got the Big Ear L, which is a nice kind of like always on, slight splash of reverb if you want, or you can turn it up and get ambient and slightly modulated with it. And then the Walrus Fundamental Delay, and then of course the Peterson tuner because I'm gonna need a tune, right? And of course, running into the Two Princeton's rig. All right, let's get started. Finally, you've been waiting long enough to actually hear this thing. I am on the bridge pickup starting out. Number 2 position with that coil cut on the bridge humbucker. You can already hear that quackiness coming in. Middle position. There we go. Listen to that. The definition of quack from those single coils. Number 4 position. And the neck position. It was a little bit sloppy, but I was having fun. Were you having fun? I was having fun. Now I've got all these pedals to run this thing through. Let's start with the Dirty Little Secret. This is a Marshall in a box sort of pedal here. Might as well start on the neck pickup where we already are. Number 4 position. Middle pickup. Number 2 position. And the bridge pickup. I was just being a little silly. I'm just a silly little guy. You know what? Here is the bell by itself. I've been having fun stacking these 3 drive pedals together, so I'm going to do that in a bit. A quick run through with all the pickups. That was the bridge. Number 2. Middle position. This guitar brings it out of me, man. There's something about it too that, like, it pushes me in this space somewhere in between SRV and the Chili Peppers. Is that weird? Are you hearing what I'm hearing? This is the number 4 position. Neck pickup. You either love those pickups or you hate them, but I think they've got a lot of character to them. All right. Let's start throwing the HM2 into the mix. Now, I've been setting this up to run into this, so let's see what it sounds like just by itself. nonsense. I was just having some fun. Did you have fun? I hope we're all having fun today. Well, you have to admit that HM2 stacked into the Dirty Little Secret Deluxe. Ah, that's a fun little recipe. That sounds fat, right? Throwing that in, it's great for leads and getting over the top. But those two together, I like it. Sounds great. Distortion. This guitar, it plays so easy. It's such a fast, easy player. It's not this hyper shredder. The neck still has, some shape to it. It's not a hyper flat, like Ibanez sort of thing. Just really comfortable. Having a great connection to it. I'll finally go through all the pickups on that high gain setting. That has been the humbucker. Here is the number 2. Here is the middle. It doesn't matter how much gain you throw at it. That quacky single coil tones comes through. Here is the number 4. And then the neck pickup. So what do you guys think? I'm telling you, this thing is a fast, comfortable player. The sound of the pickups is purely subjective. It's got that really super duper quacky tone from those single coils. The humbucker is nice and thick and modern sounding, but yeah, those singles, they got personality. I wasn't expecting to find that in a $399 Amazon guitar from a brand that you've never heard of, and I hadn't heard of them until the builder hit me up and said, hey, we'd love to send you one of these. So huge thanks to Three Brothers for taking a chance on this channel for some reason. Why not, right? I'm not typically like a shreddy, modern, quilty sort of guitar guy, but I don't know, it feels really great. I think it sounds really compelling too. The details are there, the specs are there, bone nut, great big brass block for the trim, roasted, baked, sous vide, fried, maple neck here, excellent fretwork. Just super high polish, nice soft ends on those hyper jumbo frets there. It's a looker, not necessarily my personal style, but I don't hate it. It is what it is. It's doing the thing that it's trying to do completely successfully. So what do you guys think? I want to know what you guys think down in the comment section. Oh, glow-in-the-dark dots too. That's always a fun detail. And the locking tuners that feel high ratio. I mean, it's like, I think it's killer. All for the price of a Squire. Really interesting. We're living in interesting times. I wish this sort of stuff existed when I was a new player, when I was a teenager in the 90s. Jeez, I paid just about this for a guitar that was nowhere near as good as this in the mid 90s. And it was used. Ridiculous. All right, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, dislike, leave me a nasty comment. Support us on Patreon. Buy a shirt if you're naked. Please click all the links down below. I try to use affiliate links as much as I can. I'll have links to all the pedals and stuff like that. Of course, the guitar as well. It helps me out if you use my affiliate links. Grab a link and make it your bookmark or whatever. Christmas is coming up. Help me buy gifts for my family by using the affiliate links, and we'll have a great big fruit cake in the center of the Christmas table there. And we'll cheer for all the affiliate purchasers. Thank you, affiliate purchasers. Now we have a goose in the oven. I don't know why I'm thinking about Christmas already. All right, bye everybody. Stay grounded.